Alex wiped down the counter of his small cafe on Station Kepler CCR. The smell of fresh coffee mixing with the sterile, recycled air of the orbital platform. It had been 3 years since the Galactic Council opened trade routes with Earth, and his little coffee shop had become an unexpected hub for curious aliens seeking the mysterious human beverage called caffeine. The door chimed, and Alex looked up from his work. Instead of the usual Thorian merchants or Veluxi diplomats, a small figure stumbled through the entrance. She couldn't have been more than 4 feet tall, with iridescent scales that shimmered between violet and silver, delicate wings folded against her back, and large amber eyes brimming with tears. "Please," the little dragon girl whispered, her voice trembling. "Mr. Human, can you pretend to be my dad for a day?" Alex's heart clenched. He'd seen many species since humanity joined the galactic community, but he'd never seen a child look so desperately alone. He quickly moved around the counter, kneeling to her eye level. "Hey there, what's your name?" he asked softly, the same tone he'd once used with his own daughter before the accident. "Rose," she sniffled, wiping her scaled snout with a tiny clawed hand. "I'm from Draken Prime. My clutch mother left me here while she went to the mining conference. She said it would only be 3 solar cycles, but it's been 7. Everyone keeps saying she'll come back, but I see how they look at me." Alex felt anger flare in his chest. What kind of parent abandoned their child on a space station? But he pushed the emotion down, focusing on the scared little girl before him. "Rose, that's a beautiful name," he said, offering his hand. "I'm Alex. Have you eaten today?" Rose shook her head, her wings drooping further. "Well, that won't do at all," Alex said with a gentle smile. "A proper dad always makes sure his kid has breakfast. Come on." He led her to a corner booth, the one with the best view of the nebula outside the view. Within minutes, he'd prepared scrambled eggs, toast, and a glass of orange juice. Rose stared at the plate with confusion. "Draconians are obligate carnivores," she said quietly. "We don't eat plant over. These are from chickens' birds, actually. They're protein-rich, and I think you'll like them. But if not, I've got some synthesized meat in the back." Rose tentatively tried a bite, her eyes widening. "It's warm," she whispered. Clutch Mother never made warm food. She said it was inefficient. Alex felt his jaw tighten but kept his smile. Well, dads are all about the inefficient stuff that makes life worth living. Over the next few hours, Alex learned that draconian parents typically raise their young in communal clutches, with minimal individual attention. Emotional bonding was considered a weakness, efficiency and strength, prized above all else. Rose had been selected for advanced mineral negotiations training at age 6, equivalent to a human 8-year-old, and her mother had brought her to the station for practical experience, then simply never returned. "On my world," Rose said, pushing her empty plate away, "no one asks how you feel. They only ask what you've accomplished. I've never played a game. I've never had a bedtime story. I've never—" her voice cracked. "I've never had someone smile when they saw me." Alex stood up. "Well, Rose, if I'm going to be your dad for a day, we're going to do this right. Every human parent knows that childhood isn't about efficiency. It's about memories." First, he closed the cafe, putting up a handwritten sign. "Family dairy opening tomorrow." The loss of revenue didn't matter. Then he took Rose to the station's observation deck, where they watched ships come and go, and he taught her to identify different human constellations visible from their position. "Humans look at stars and see stories," Rose marveled. "Draconians look at stars and see mineral deposits and territorial claims. Both are valid," Alex said, "but only one fills the heart." They played games in the station's recreation area. Alex taught her hopscotch and how to make paper airplanes, concepts utterly foreign to her rigid upbringing. He watched as she laughed for what might have been the first time in her young life, her wings fluttering with unrestrained joy. In the afternoon, they returned to the cafe where Alex showed her how to make hot chocolate. "Dad's passed down recipes," he explained, guiding her small claws to hold the spoon. "It's not just food, it's tradition, love, and connection." As evening approached, Rose's energy began to fade. Alex noticed her wings drooping again, but this time from exhaustion rather than sadness. He fashioned a small bed from cushions in the back room. "Humans have bedtime stories," he said, sitting beside her. "Would you like one?" Rose nodded, curling up with her tail wrapped around herself. Alex told her an old Earth fairy tale about a kind-hearted girl who was lost, but found a family that chose to love her. Rose murmured, half asleep, If my clutch mother doesn't come back, do you think someone might want to be my forever dad? Not just pretend." Alex felt tears prick his eyes. He gently stroked her scaled head, marveling at how humans could love so fiercely, so instantly, across any divide. Rose, he whispered, humans have a saying, family isn't always about blood, it's about who shows up. And I think he paused, certainty flooding through him. I think you've just been adopted. Rose's eyes opened, wide and hopeful. Really, really. Tomorrow, we'll visit the council offices and start the paperwork. Tonight, you sleep knowing you're safe, loved, and exactly where you belong. As Rose drifted off, a small smile on her reptilian features, Alex understood why humans had shocked the galaxy. Other species optimized for efficiency, strength, or logic. Humans optimized for connection. They adopted stray animals, rescued wounded creatures, and loved fiercely across every boundary. They saw a lonely child and couldn't help but say, "You're mine now, and I'll protect you with everything I have." That was humanity's true superpower. Not their adaptability or their stubbornness, but their infinite capacity to love the unloved, to choose family rather than simply accept it. Alex looked down at the sleeping dragon girl and smiled. "Welcome home, Rose.